Welcome to the Stateless Standard, where we dissect the machinery of power without the smoke and mirrors. I'm your host, illuminating the shadows of state overreach, one torch at a time. Today we turn our gaze to a scar on the American conscience, the Waco Siege. It's not just a tragedy, it's a masterclass in federal hubris, media spin, and bureaucratic bloodlust. Grab your notes or your pitchfork, because we're about to unravel how a routine warrant turned into a 51-day inferno that claimed 76 lives and ignited the Oklahoma City bombing. Educational? Absolutely. Entertaining? In the darkest way possible. Let's ignite the truth. The spark, why Waco still burns. Picture this, February 28, 1993. A compound outside Waco, Texas, Mount Carmel to be precise, home to the Branch Davidians, a splinter group of Seventh-day Adventists with apocalyptic leanings. Not your garden variety cult, mind you, but a tight-knit crew of about 130 souls, many educated, drug-free, and devoutly serious about their end-times theology. Their leader? Vernon Howell, rechristened David Koresh, a nod to King David and Cyrus the Great. Koresh wasn't your typical Messiah. He coined himself the sinful Messiah, a flawed prophet for a flawed age, not the spotless second coming the headlines would later peddle. His flock, they dabbled in gun shows, car restoration, and music gigs. Inventory, not a stockpile. But in the eyes of the feds, Armageddon in overalls. This siege didn't erupt in a vacuum. It was the Clinton era's opening act in federal theater, a sequel to Ruby Ridge, a prelude to Oklahoma City. Timothy McVeigh didn't plant that bomb because he hated federal buildings. He did it because Waco screamed, "The state's your daddy now." Cynical? Perhaps. But facts don't care about your feelings, and neither do we. The Heretics Next Door, a Davidian primer. To understand Waco, rewind to 1981. Young Vernon Howell rolls up to Mount Carmel, charms the matriarch Lois Roden, 40 years his senior, and sparks a power struggle straight out of a bad biblical fanfic. After her death, her son George digs up a corpse for a resurrection challenge. Howell? He raids the compound with rifles and shotguns, no camera for evidence. Leadership secured, name changed, prophecy dialed to 11. By 89, Koresh's divine downloads include marrying the wives and daughters of his followers, some as young as 12. Legal with consent back then, but optics? Nuclear. The flock's men? Celibate sidekicks in this polygamous plot twist. Child abuse allegations fly, mostly from ex-members nursing grudges or custody wars. State probes? Zilch. No charges. Enter the media. February 1993, the Waco Tribune-Herald drops The Sinful Messiah. Splashy exposés on underage brides and messianic machismo. Cue the UPS driver spotting suspicious packages. AR-15 parts, legal as apple pie. Local cops tip the ATF. By June 92, Uncle Sam's gun fetish squad is on the case. Why? Illegal autos? Maybe. Budget boost? You bet. But here's the cynicism kicker. Even if the abuse claims stuck and they're shakier than a Jenga tower in an earthquake, what business did the ATF have playing Child Protective Services? With tanks, grenades? We're protecting kids by gassing them? Spare me the noble spin. This was a warrant for weapons, not a welfare check. Showtime, the raid that backfired. Codename Showtime. Because nothing says professional like staging a raid for headlines. Appropriations hearings loomed. The ATF needed a win to fend off rogue agency whispers. They could have nabbed Koresh in town. Instead, cattle trailer ambush at dawn. No body armor, tarp camouflage, like commandos or clowns, you decide. The Davidians, forewarned by a blown undercover op, praying as agents roll up. First shots, ATF, popping dogs in kennels. Ceasefire via local sheriff who claims feds bailed only when ammo ran dry. 4 agents dead. 6 Davidians down. No pursuit of the fanatics, just a standoff. Inventory check. Davidians could have mowed down the retreating feds. They didn't. Honor among apocalyptics, apparently. Sheriff Jack Harwell nailed it. They could have killed every ATF agent, but when they said they would leave their property, they quit shooting. Protective, not psychotic. The 51-day mind game, standoff or slow burn. What followed? 51 days of psychological warfare masquerading as negotiation. No shots fired, officially. But the feds? A symphony of sadism. Jet flyovers, Tibetan chanting on loop, rabbits slaughtered at dawn. Tanks bulldozing graves, cars, outbuildings, agents mooning from afar. Subtle? Hardly. Special spotlight, CS gas, military-grade, toxic when heated. Pumped into a bunker with kids too young for masks, flashbangs tossed like party favors, shredding the ceasefire's ghost. 11 exit voluntarily, arrested. Kids separated from moms. Trust evaporated. Koresh frets mass suicide whispers, denies them. Exits see no cyanide Kool-Aid prep. FBI floats sniper shots on leaders. Reno fumes at the antsy HRT hostage rescue team, or as survivors dub them, hostage roasting team. Budgets bleed, patience frays. Clinton, do what you think best. Classic buck pass. Media, a farce. Davidians tune into ATF lies, no guns on choppers. Koresh snaps, you're a damn liar. Negotiator Kavanaugh squirms, no mounted guns. Reality, machine gun fire from the sky. Distrust, baked in. Inferno, the final act of federal folly, April 19th. Reno greenlights the endgame. Gas the compound, announce no assault while punching explosive holes for delivery. Kids inside, collateral. By noon flames, who lit them? Feds blame Davidians, survivors finger accident or arson. Audio catches gasoline talk, Molotovs for defense. 9 flee mid-blaze, 76 perish, fire, smoke, crush, cyanide from burning CS. 27 bullet wounds, self-inflicted, or friendly fire from the No Shots Brigade. Schumer to DOJ flack, parents killing kids says more about their mentality. There, the feds. Chilling. Evidence vanishes, raid tape, blank. Front door riddled with incoming bullets, U-hauled away. Congressional grillings yield shrugs. Ashes and aftermath covering the tracks. Post-blaze, chapel rises from rubble. ATF's new boss mandates the blue book mea culpa. 9 Davidians get 40 years, manslaughter, weapons. Foreigners, solitary hell, beatings, hoses, strip searches. Over 100 suits dismissed or denied. 1 jury acquits on self-defense for the raid dead. Sinister thread, military aid, posse comitatus bars it unless drugs. No meth lab, no problem. ATF rebrands Davidians meth cooks mid-siege. Why? Free tanks, Schiff testified. They misrepresented for policy perks. Budgetary body count, charming. The torch of truth, what Waco whispers. Waco, no revelation, just confirmation. Feds air, double down, destroy evidence, inflate threats for slush funds. Child protectors, gassing infants. Law enforcers, evidence incinerators. It whispers, power unchecked is power unchained. From Ruby Ridge to January 6th, the script flips, but the cynicism holds. We're not defending zealots, we're damning the zeal of the state. Question everything, especially the protectors. Thanks for watching the Stateless Standard. If this scorched your sense of justice, like, subscribe, and drop a comment. What's your federal red flag? Until next time, keep the torch lit. Freedom's flicker depends on it, and stay free.